Hello darlings, it's Brandy here from brcnails. If you are new to my channel, please like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll know every time I upload. And if you're a sub for sub, please hit like and comment. Please, please, please. Thank you. Today I am doing realistic looking marble nails. It was suggested to me by a friend on Instagram at nails by LHGJS. Sorry. I'm grumbling words already, so this should be a very interesting video. What I'm doing is I went in with 2 coats of my Venalisa white with my Emily base coat underneath after file shaping and buffing. Now what I'm doing is I'm taking a Sharpie marker and drawing what the veins would be that are in marbles, and as I'm drawing it, I try to make sure that it's like jagged lines, not straight ones, because straight ones won't end up looking natural. It'll end up looking funny. So that's how I draw it. Now I have 91% alcohol in my little cup, which I spilled, but whatever, you know how we do here. So, you know, it's real life. We're going to go with it, and that's it. So I'm taking a thin detail brush and dipping it in the rubbing alcohol and kind of feathering the edges of the black marker, because I do want those lines to show and be fairly dark, but you know, you need to get that, I don't know what the right word would be, you know, like the little color blotches, things that, you know, make marble look the way that it makes it look. So I'm going to speed this up just a little bit and pop in when I have something to say. The good thing about this is if you take too much off or you put too much on, you just need to keep going back with the rubbing alcohol and just, you know, rubbing that little brush back and forth, getting the spots where you wanted. And I actually end up cleaning it up a bit with a bigger brush a little bit further down in the video. But I always start like this, and then when I get the actual heavy lines the way that I want them to look, then I'll go in with a wider brush, or this is like my damaged brush that I use. It's an old detailing brush that the bristles themselves are like all pushed out, so it holds way more product than it would normally. And I'm just going in on the sides, cleaning up some of the splotches there, because you know, in marble you have spots where it's perfectly clear, and then you have the lighter spots, and then you'll have darker veins. So, I mean, it all depends on the piece of marble that you're looking at, and you can do this with color, all different colors. With darker colors, you can do it with white gel polish, or, you know, a cream, or you can even do like red, purple, pink, it doesn't matter. You can do this with all different types of colors. So I'm just blotching off the extra alcohol, because sometimes you get a little too much there. You don't want to make it look like you got a puddle of alcohol and then it spreads out, so it's just like a round blotch on there, because it doesn't end up looking natural. So a lot of it is just trial and error and personal preference. But again, I try to make it look like lightning just because that's the way that I like it to look. But like I said, you can do it any way that you'd like. And if you take too much off, you can go back in with the marker and just fix it. So at first, I was going to add the gold right on top of this, but no, I wanted to do a matte one, so I stopped, kind of blotted off the gold paint that I was putting on there. Now I have some black Venalisa on the side, black Venalisa paint, and then I'm putting the matte top coat on the side. because I was going to float the matte top coat on top of the nail, but duh, I didn't let it dry. So as I'm putting the matte top coat on there, trying to float it on top, I'm taking all those beautiful blotches and spots and running them into lines. So you need to wait at least 5 minutes for the alcohol and marker to dry. Now I was going to stop and restart the video and do it all over again, but I said, nope, I need to show them exactly what happens when you do a foobar like this. So I left it on, and I'll show you what I decided to do. I am taking that black paint, and I am redrawing some of the lines that were damaged by the matte top coat, which, by the way, I did cure it for 60 seconds in the lamp and then took it out because now that it has the top coat finish, all the underneath stuff is safe. So now, like I said, I'm going in with the black, redrawing the lines again with the black paint, because like I said before, you can do this lots of different ways, but I usually do it with the Sharpie. So now I'm taking the rubbing alcohol. Well, I put a few splotches here and there, and I'm taking the rubbing alcohol and spreading out the little splotches of paint that I put on there to get that smoky, marbly look. I just want to take a moment to say hi to all my new followers and subscribers. I'm so happy that about all this, all of it. I'm just tickled. So, and also thank you to everyone that has been there helping me and supporting me. I love you all. So yeah, I'm just finishing this up, trying to make it look a little bit the way that it was before. I do want to say that the paint does behave differently than the marker will. The markers kind of spread out a little more organically. With the paint, it's diluting it, so it's a little bit different, but you know, it's the same actual technique, like of feathering the brush back and forth, you know, brushing it back and forth, but the paint is going to behave a little bit differently than the markers, so just keep that in mind if you do decide to do it that way. There are also, you can do it like black into the wet paint. You can do it with this color scheme. You can do with blooming gel. You can do it with a top coat. You know, and then when you get into marbling acrylic and water marbling and all that stuff, there's just so many different ways to do it. But this is my way. So I'm putting the matte top coat on again. Now, since I used the polish, I put it in for 60 seconds in the lamp. So all that was cured, so there was no chance of me losing any of the design. So that's why I think people use the paint sometimes, just because it's a little more safe and secure. So now I'm taking that same detail brush and I'm going in with my gold metallic polish. I'm just putting a few little spots because you know how they have like veins of mica or, you know, whatever is in there that makes them sparkle like that. You don't want to overdo it if you're going for realistic. You just want, you know, that little shimmer in there. So I just put it in the lamp for 60 seconds. I don't bother with another top coat because the paint is so minuscule. I was trying to get my camera to focus, but it was giving me a hard time. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Have a marvelous day, and thanks again.